Good morning to you. I have a question for you this morning. So today is Tuesday, September the 9th. Early this morning, a female client had a subtotal thyrectomy. During evening rounds, nurse Tina assesses the client who now has nausea, a temperature of 105 degrees Fahrenheit, tachycardia, and extreme restlessness. What is the most likely cause of these signs? Now, as you remember, I encourage you, whoever you do questions with, take out a piece of paper and something to write with, and actually go with them and pick your answer, and also write or state your rationale after you've picked your answer. And therefore you can evaluate if your thinking is in alignment with the question's rationale, because you want to increase your critical thinking skills. That's what this is all about, right? Not just knowledge, but application of that knowledge you have received during your nursing program. So remember, I always encourage you to read the question. Don't look too more into it, too less into it. Paraphrase it. So we're looking at a female client that had a subtotal thyroidectomy surgery. And they're presenting with these symptoms such as nausea, temperature, fever, 105 degrees Fahrenheit, tachycardia, extreme restlessness. What is the most likely sign? So we're going to pick out these key words: nausea, temperature, 105 degrees. Always include your condition or surgery, subtotal thyroidectomy, tachycardia, extreme restlessness. It's like pieces to a puzzle, and you are selecting the best next piece to this puzzle. I love that, you guys. So we're looking at the relationship between surgery and symptoms. What's going on, right? Always looking at a relationship. What relationship are they looking at? And I point this out in my test taking, win-win test taking strategy that I also have for purchase. All right. So look at the answers. Is it a diabetic ketoacidosis, thyroid crisis, hypoglycemia, or tetany? Go ahead and select your answer. Also, put your rationale down, and then come back to this video. So when we're looking at these other conditions, diabetic ketoacidosis, what are symptoms related to that? We're talking about diabetes, hyperglycemia. And with hyperglycemia, it's not so much tachycardia. Remember the 3 Ps, right? Polydipsia, polyphagia, polyuria. Do we see any of that? Hypoglycemia, tachycardia. They have extreme restlessness, but what about that fever? Does that fever fit with hypoglycemia? Tetany, we're talking about low calcium. And typically what happens with calcium, whether it's low, high, they start having muscle spasms, right? So low calcium is associated with muscle spasms. Is that what's going on with this client? No, they had a thyroidectomy, thyroid removal, subtotal thyroidectomy. There's something going to be going on with their thyroid. They're in actually thyroid crisis. And here's the rationale. This is a Nurse Labs question. I recommend them because you have the rationales of the correct and incorrect answers. And these questions are free on nurselabs.com. You guys just Google Nurse Labs. Sometimes a different site will come up, but Google Nurse Labs, a lot of content. I don't get anything for using them with my clients or talking about them. I just know when I see a good thing, and I believe they have good services for you. Questions on all aspects of nursing, many of them, and also the rationales for correct and incorrect, and content. I'll talk to you guys soon. Remember, you got this. Take your time and study for your NCLEX, right? So you can do it the first time, pass it, and go on to do the work that you're here to do. I'll talk to you guys soon.